think we are ready. Good evening. Good evening, secondary families near and far. Good evening, secondary students. Good evening, secondary faculty. And a very good evening to all our special guests and our well-wishers. A very warm welcome to you all. I'm truly honored to stand here before you tonight as we're gathered to celebrate this momentous occasion, the graduation of our exceptional Cedar students. This is a significant night, a night of pride, reflection, and celebration. And I humbly ask for your help to make it an unforgettable evening. Students, we're here for your honor. Can you help me with that? Can you help me with that? All right. All right. There we go. Wonderful. Now, I think we need a little music to help us all get us started. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cedar's own Steel Pan Band. All right, well done. Thank you. Incredible steel pan band for setting the tone so beautifully this evening. What a way to begin our celebration. We'll let the graduate get in place. And they're going to set up Cedar's own ensemble, which, by the way, started about 4 weeks ago. Which, by the way, be ready. It's amazing. One of the most wonderful things tonight is all the music is live and being played by Cedar students and professionals in the community coming to join with our students. I think that is something first ever, and it's something very special. So let's give them a round of applause and make them feel good. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. So please join me in standing as we welcome the graduating class of 2025 to the stage. Graduates, soon to be graduates, this is your moment. Walk tall, walk proud. You've earned it. Thank you, everyone. You may remain standing as we now have our territorial song and national anthem to be performed tonight. Sorry, graduates. By two of our own very talented students, MYP5 student Annabelle Mena and DP1 student Chelsea Simpson.
Good afternoon. God save our gracious King, long live a noble King. God save our King, send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our King.
Out of the huts of history's pain, our ancestors bled and died.
But with strength and with power we overcame to restore the Virgin Islands' pride.
Preserve the beauty, we devised a plan
To maintain ownership of this precious land. Educating our people is a golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish your hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
We can now officially sit. Thank you, Annabelle and Chelsea, for that beautiful rendition. And now to officially open this evening's ceremony, please join me in welcoming to the stage our school's leader, Cedar's director, Mr. Scott Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Pasco. Well done to the musicians. Hello, class of 2025. Good evening, everyone. I know we have a host of dignitaries that are on their way, but stuck in traffic. We'll recognize them in due course, but I do want to recognize those who are here. And I'll call particular attention to the Junior Minister for Culture and Tourism, the Honorable Luce Hodge-Smith, who also happens to be our commencement speaker for the evening. So we're very glad to have her here. Yep. And I'll also recognize Permanent Secretary for the Deputy Governor's Office, Mrs. Charlene Dabrio, who happens to be a proud mother of a graduate this evening. I want to also bid welcome to the members of Cedar's Board of Trustees, particularly our chair, Ms. Vanessa King, as well as any Cedar alumni who may be in attendance, and I know there are because I saw some of you. So may I ask any alumni to please stand and be recognized? Got to look around, they're coming. To this point, Cedar has 234 graduates, and when the class of 2025 graduates tonight, they'll take that number to 250. It's a growing community that is starting to have a real impact both locally and abroad, and we're so proud of all of them, and we're always glad to see them when they come by, so thank you to our alumni for being here tonight. And I, of course, want to welcome all of the parents, family members, and friends of the graduates, all of Cedar's teachers and staff in attendance this evening, and finally, the distinguished members of the class of 2025 themselves. As our celebration occurs here at the H. Laverty Stout Community College in an auditorium named for the great Eileen Parsons, I would be remiss if I did not start by acknowledging the legacy of Mrs. Parsons, who passed in recent days, and the profound impact she had on the BVI as a trailblazer, the first female minister, and a champion of cultural preservation. We are grateful for her many contributions and extend the condolences of the Cedar community to her family. As we begin the ceremony, I do want to take some time to talk about this class. My remarks won't be long, but they're going to cover some ground. And not all of it is easy ground. But I'm going to try to get through it and bring it home in a way that matters. So please bear with me. I'll start with the easy part. This is an impressive class. It's made up of leaders, learners, actors, dancers, athletes, tech wizards, entrepreneurs, and a musical prodigy whose original work you will hear performed tonight. Collectively, the students on the stage have received offers from more than 30 universities in 6 different countries, including the US, UK, Spain, Canada, Hong Kong, and Singapore. They're impressive. This is also a very special class, and that's very true for me. This class was just starting pre-K when I started my role at Cedar. So our journeys have exactly coincided. 3 of the students on the stage, Sky, Skylar, and Martha, started in that pre-K class. So we were all new together at that point. And I've never known Cedar without them in it. So it will be a bit strange not having them here next year, but what an absolute privilege it has been to watch them grow up and be joined by their classmates along the way. Jade, Amber, Jack, Kaya, and Danica arriving at different points in primary. Ashley and Anaya joining the very first year of secondary. Kalia, Sayanda, and Pranav the next year. Michaela and Ajani 2 years after that. And finally, Jasmine, just in time to do the IB Diploma program. The strong bonds that they have all developed and the care they have for one another is a defining characteristic of this class. And I am in awe of the people they've become. Perhaps nothing exhibits their character so much as their request to include their former classmate, Kashanda Hines, in the ceremony this evening. Kashanda was a remarkable young lady who joined this class in 2018 and 19 while she was undergoing treatment for cancer that would ultimately prove terminal. Though her time at Cedar was brief, the courage and positivity she displayed at such a young age in the face of such daunting adversity has had a lasting impact on our school community, and especially on this class. The 17th chair on the stage this evening is for Kashanda and was added at the class's request. We are privileged to have Kashanda's father, Mr. Davis Hines, and her aunt, Miss Maudlin Penn Richards, in the audience this evening, and we hope it makes them proud to know what a lasting impact Kashanda has made on those who knew her. And that brings us back to the special character of this class. A few members of the class were interviewed for a documentary video we made recently to celebrate Cedar's 35th anniversary. Some of you may have seen it. If you haven't, you should check it out. And when you get to the part where Sky, Skylar, and Martha are speaking about their Cedar experience over the last 14 years, how it has shaped them not just as learners, but as people, you will be struck, as I was, by what impressive young adults they have become. Articulate, caring leaders with immense opportunity ahead of them who somehow remain remarkably grounded. There's a part where Martha says, I feel like this school has really had a focus on building character and personality. Grades, of course, have always been important, but I think what is most appreciated here is just being good people. Good Lord, I got goosebumps when I heard that. Could any educator or parent ask for a better summation of what is important in life? If that is the lesson this class is taking out into the world as they leave Cedar, we can be very optimistic about the impact they will make. We could not be prouder of this class, and we commend them for all of their accomplishments. But most of all, we commend them for being good people. It will be an honor to have them as Cedar alumni.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford, for those thoughtful and kind and inspiring words. We'll now begin our celebration tonight by commending some of our outstanding Cedar students with a series of special annual awards. These awards recognize not only academic excellence, but the qualities that define the spirit of Cedar: leadership, service, creativity, and community, international mindedness. So without any further ado, each one of these awards reflects a kind of a unique combination, and each of these recipients have left a meaningful mark on Cedar and continue to do so. So to present our first award of the evening, I'm delighted to welcome someone who brings not only wisdom and passion to their role at Cedar, but also a healthy dose of humor, heart, and full disclosure, has the misfortune of being my colleague and partner in random conversations about life on a daily basis. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Gujar to give out the first award.
Good evening, guests. Thank you again for joining us for this very special evening. Tonight, I have the pleasure of presenting the Creativity, Activity, and Service Award to one of our graduating students. We are very blessed at Cedar to have very caring students, many for whom service is woven into their way of being, rather than it being deliberate acts. We have the fortunate challenge every year, though, of selecting just a single student to receive this award. This recognition goes to the student who significantly exceeds Cedar's community service requirements for their grade, demonstrates a sincere willingness to give back, both inside and outside of the school, by engaging in a variety of service activities, displays a caring and empathetic attitude towards all members of the school community, and demonstrates strong IB learner profile attributes, especially their effort and strength in being able to reflect on their service and giving. When I met with this student to discuss their community service involvement earlier this year, I was struck by the breadth and depth of their involvement with projects. They helped produce a documentary about the BVI and all its wonders. They served as an assistant tennis coach, collaborated in the United Nations affiliated Girl Up Club, and expanded their thespian skills. When looking at the student's personal character, we have seen them consistently have a collaborative attitude towards service, working with others to develop meaningful and impactful projects and seeing them through. This student does not shy away from being a strong but silent leader, shouldering responsibility while also gracefully sharing their earned accolades. They shine a very special light on their class. We are very proud of their achievements and the lasting mark that they'll leave on our community. Without further ado, this year's Creativity, Activity, and Service Award goes to Anaya Ganesan.
Well deserved. I miss you.
Congrats, Anaya. Well deserved. I know that was very difficult because each and every one of these lovely graduates brings so much each and every day to Cedar. Little break for public service announcement. There's a Toyota black truck, PM 896, blocking the exit to the parking lot. No one's looking, no one's rushed, but when you have a moment, if you could move that, that would be wonderful. You can't leave, you're talking. And moving on, I would now like to invite to the stage a colleague who is always there when you need him, steadfast, dependable, deeply impactful in the lives of each and every one of these 16 graduates. He's a mentor, he's a motivator, and a master of punctuality. And he always reminds us that being 10 minutes early is on time. Being on time is late, and being late is unacceptable. Please welcome to the stage Coach John Riley.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, boys and girls. Quick 10 years, is it? We have 2 sportsmanship awards to be given out tonight. So the first one, I shall read about this young man. This comes from one of his coaches, so I shall read this. It's a marvellous thing this boy has done. Over the past few years, he's really kicked on with his sport. Instead of simply being a talented player who achieves good results, he is committed to becoming the best player he can be, and he has achieved some great successes. He follows a comprehensive weekly schedule, which includes private lessons, group lessons, strength and conditioning lessons, physio and prehab sessions. He's not only a great squash player on the court, but also he lives like a squash player off the court in terms of his discipline, when it comes to the type of food he eats, his recovery, his stretching, etc., etc. But this is one that really one that gets me. On top of committing to the squash in a sense of striving to reach his limits as a player, he's also helping others to reach their potential. He does approximately 6 hours of junior coaching a week to help make younger squash players develop and gain some of their amazing experiences that he has gained through the sports. At the ripe old age of 17, he's already competed or attended training camps in 8 countries at 17, outside of the BVI, Trinidad, Tobago, Guyana, Barbados, to name a few. And he would add 3 more to that list later this year. His achievements: 2014, the boys under 17 Caribbean champion, alongside Jacob Noblet and Delilah Peace. The trio were BVI's first Caribbean junior champions. So I could go on. There's so many achievements that this young man has made. Okay, but he has a great attitude and always looking to develop and learn. He has a lot of potential as a player, and I'm confident, or we are confident, that he will continue to improve quickly over the next couple of years. On top of his squash attributes, he's also an absolute pleasure of a young man. He's a lovely, lovely young man. He always brings a positive attitude, which not only aids his development, but also the development of those juniors around him. So the next 18 months will be really, really special for him. Danny Henderson. Now for award number 2. This gives me great pleasure to present the Cedar Award to an outstanding student. She has consistently demonstrated exceptional commitment effort and resilience in everything she does. She has proudly represented Cedar in the Beardale Football League and international competitions, always giving her best, her very best, and serving as a role model for younger players. In addition to her achievements on the football field, she holds a black belt in Purple Dragon Karate and travelled to Trinidad and Tobago to complete her grading, an achievement that speaks volume about her dedication and discipline. Also, she's a full crew member advisor, the Virgin Islands Search and Rescue Service, which provides 24-hour cover throughout the territory, working closely with the police, fire and ambulance services, as well as the United States Coast Guard. It is internationally recognized by the International Maritime Rescue Federation. This is from Lara Fox. She has come through the cadet training program at Virgin Gold Advisor, having undergone all the required training and first responder medical qualifications. She says her performance as a casualty during sessions have been Oscar-worthy. And with her now stepping up to join the full crew, the Visor VG team look forward to her continued growth and valuable contribution to the team. Her service, leadership, and sporting excellence have made her a truly deserving recipient of this award. Kyra Joy. Well done.
Thank you, Coach John, and well done, Kaya and Danny. I would like to recognize the presence of Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Orlandette Crabb, and recognize the presence of Honorable Shri DeCastro, Minister of Education, Culture, Youth Affairs and Sports, and Territorial Member. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome. To present our next award, the Nathaniel Wheatley Prize for Excellence in Information Technology, please welcome a very valuable member of the faculty and somebody who has kept all 16 soon-to-be graduates on task, Mr. Tebow.
On task. Good evening, everyone. The Nathaniel Wheatley Prize of Excellence in Information Technology is an annual award which is given to a student who excels and is passionate in the subject area of information technology, IT. In the digital society class, we discuss the ethics of ChatGPT, the impact of disruptive technologies, but also memes and our common addiction to phones. Digital society is all about debates and being able to present perspectives and arguments in favor of both sides of a question. As an example, and the students will agree this is one of my favorite topics, when looking at the Data Protection Act or the Computer Misuse Act, what's more important, privacy or security? Where do you draw the line between the two? What do you think? As a strong debater, this year's recipient has firm opinions, and I will personally miss our regular discussions. For her external essay, she compared multiple artificial intelligence models and advocates for the ethical use of the technology. It is my pleasure to give this award to Ashley Brockberg.
Well done, Ashley. At this time, I'd like to invite somebody to the stage who knows the stage and our performers quite well. He's been busy back here for the past, seems like days, but he makes it look easy. And he'll be announcing this year's secondary recipient to the Mark and Jeanette Forte Performing Arts Award. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Stout to the stage.
Good afternoon. Graduates, you all ready? This is a performance award. So, hey, Cedar, here we go. We went too long. I ain't young like I used to be. Give me a minute. Let me. All right. Good afternoon again. These awards celebrate an area of school life that brings joy, expression, and energy to our campus, especially tonight. We're talking about the performing arts. The Performing Arts Awards are presented annually with the generous support of former Cedar parents Mark and Jeanette Forte. They were established to recognize and reward students who have demonstrated outstanding commitment to the performing arts, which include drama, music, and dance. Each year, 2 awards are presented, one for a primary student and the other for a secondary student. Each recipient receives a certificate and a $250 cash prize. In addition, Cedar School receives a matching donation of $250 in honor of each awardee. These funds go towards enhancing the performing arts program. No student can win the award more than once. When I first learned about these awards, I was struck by the significance of the name Forte, a musical term meaning loud in Italian, which appears frequently in the music we teach and perform. It feels especially fitting that an award, the performing arts, carries such a meaningful name. Mr. and Mrs. Forte, we are truly grateful for your continued support of the arts at Cedar. Thank you for investing in the talents and passions of our students. Now, let's talk about the secondary award recipient. I first met our awardee in September, and this student has spent the whole year asking a million questions, thus showing a curious mind and a deep investment in understanding and growing in the music field. Beyond curiosity, our awardee has a keen ear and an impressive practical skill set. They've been a vital member of our music department for several years, performing at school functions, graduations, musical showcases, and numerous Cedar-related events. Our awardee is an enthusiastic and dedicated member of several music groups, including the school's steel pan ensemble, which is called Expansion, they played earlier, the Fungi Band, 2 Brain Cells, and our newly formed mixed ensemble. In fact, whenever there's a new musical group created, for whatever reason, this student wants in. Driven by a passion for collaboration and growth, our awardee has even initiated discussions about performing with ensembles at the Elmo Stout High School, recognizing the opportunity such partnerships offer for musical development. This young man is not only a talented musician, but a wonderful human being and a gentleman. It gives me great pleasure to announce this year's Performing Arts recipient, Tafari Field. Congratulations, Tafari. Thank you.
Well done, Tafari. Mr. Stout, every time I come up, can you do that thing again, please? Because it's a little bit more exciting. Fantastic. The next award is Cedar's Most Distinguished Award, Distinguished Honor. It's presented to a senior student who exemplifies the values and spirit of Cedar International School. This award recognizes a well-rounded individual whose impact has been consistently positive and far-reaching throughout their time at Cedar. The recipient of the Cedar Award is a student who demonstrates excellence and dedication in academics, maintains a strong commitment to learning, intellectual curiosity, and a growth mindset. They exemplify grit, perseverance, and they show a steady, unwavering commitment to growth and self-improvement. They embody the IB learner profile, promote a positive school culture which encourages others, and uplifts the community through both words and actions. They've attended Cedar for a significant portion of their educational journey and has left a meaningful legacy throughout, with sustained engagement, initiative, and service. This student has exhibited all the qualities this award seeks to honor, and they've done so while serenading us all across the campus with unmistakable sounds drifting from the music department day after day and note after note. So please help me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Cedar Award to Jade Farinha. Each of our Cedar Special Awards also comes with an accompanying $250 to get them started this summer. So well done, and congratulations to all our recipients. It is now my honor to invite the Minister of Education, the Honorable Cherie DeCastro, to the podium to discuss an award from the ministry for Cedar's top academic performers. I'll offer a quick note to say that Cedar as an IB school doesn't give grade point averages, thus we won't be able to determine our top performers until the IB results come out, which are announced in early July, so pretty soon. So without any further ado, please welcome the Honorable Cherie DeCastro.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is indeed a celebratory day. This is my third secondary graduation for the day, for the afternoon. And so I want to say good evening to all the families, well-wishers, faculty and staff, and of course I recognize my colleague, Honorable Luce Hod-Smith, and the Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Crabb. Graduates, today marks the close of one chapter and the quiet, thrilling opening of another. Your years in secondary school have been like the pages of a book, some bright with achievement, others shadowed by challenge. All of them woven together by your resilience. You have written your story with honesty, effort, and heart. Every late night of study, every new skill gained, every single obstacle met with determination has shaped the person you are today. This is no small feat. You have arrived at this moment not by showing up alone, but by pressing on and by believing in something greater for yourself. Now, as the final lines of this chapter settle into place, the next one begins, unwritten, waiting for your voice. Some of you will pursue further study. Others will step into the workforce, training, or new responsibilities. A few may still be searching for the path that feels right. Know this, every single road ahead holds value, and there is no single map for success. The world needs thinkers, creators, builders, leaders, and dreamers. And you are all of these in your own special way. So take the pen in hand and begin again. Write with courage, Choose your words wisely, follow curiosity, and when doubt whispers, turn the page anyway. Congratulations, class of 2025. The story is yours to tell, and it has only just begun. Please give them a round of applause. As is customary at every secondary school graduation, the ministry offers accolades to the top 2 students of each school. As stated, in just a few days, we will be able to receive from Cedar International the top 2 students, but I would like to officially announce the award, and we will subsequently and promptly present it to the candidates once received. So the valedictorian, the top student of Cedar International, will receive the Ministry of Education trophy for top student and a check for $7,500 to support their educational journey. And the salutatorian, the second place student, will receive the Ministry of Education Salutatorian Award and a check for $5,000 in support of their educational journey. Ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, class of 2025, we don't know just yet who those recipients will be, but whoever you are, I pray that those awards continue to help propel you into the amazing future that we know you have. God bless you, and may the best candidates receive those awards. And even those who do not, I am certain that the education you receive at Cedar International will propel you to your next chapter. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. That is extremely generous and exciting, and we appreciate your support greatly, so thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium someone who has and is playing a vital role in guiding Cedar's vision and supporting our community. So I'd like to welcome to the podium Cedar's board chair, Ms. Vanessa King.
Good evening, everyone. I'm normally the shortest person at CD events, but Minister De Castro, thank you. Ministers of government, families, teachers, friends, good evening, and a special good evening to our fantastic graduates. This evening has been a really lovely celebration, I'm sure you'll all agree. A celebration of our school community, the teachers as they see the final product of years of love and commitment, a celebration of our families looking proud and very relieved that they have made it to the end of this chapter. I'm sure they'll probably be celebrating more than you this evening. And a well-earned celebration to you as graduates. Congratulations, you have done well. I have heard many times, so I believe it to be true, that the IB program is a difficult one. It is said to be one of the most challenging secondary programs, and it's not for the faint of heart. And here you are. You have conquered it, and if I may say so, you look pretty sharp at the end of the journey. But importantly, it's also a character-building program that has given you important life skills. You had to be curious, open-minded, and critical thinkers. It has prepared you to be leaders, to intellectually challenge issues, to think globally and courageously, and to be individuals with independent thought. Through service, you have learned to lead with empathy and to be kind, the importance of which we cannot overemphasize. Not to be dramatic, but you are stepping out into a fast-changing world that's not in many ways changing for the better. and can look pretty scary. But I hope that as you make this journey into the world, and as your values and priorities are tested, and they will be tested, that you will lean on the IB learner profile that has been part of your life, to be principled, open-minded, caring, and reflective. And from what I've seen and heard today, I know you all carry these close, in the top pocket above your heart. You're a kind bunch. Stay kind. To the families, your children have been our children. Thank you for trusting us as your partner in the development and growth of your children. We have not taken it for granted, and we will continue to be their supporters, their cheerleaders in this new journey. To Kashanda's family, I remember her well, as I admired her immensely. Thank you for sharing her with us. To the awesome teachers and staff, my team, today would of course not been possible without you. Thank you for inspiring, encouraging, mentoring, guiding, and for being patient. And for being patient. And preparing our students to take on this next adventure. Graduates, this is the end of your time as students of Cedar, but you will always be a part of the Cedar community. That's a lifetime relationship. You are now alumni, or you'll soon be alumni, and I will encourage you to be an active part of this community. Keep in touch, attend events, mentor students, be a part of the future growth of the school. We'll be reaching out with ways to be involved, and I hope you'll accept the invitation. On behalf of the board and the entire Cedar community, congratulations. We're excited for you, and we look forward to welcoming you back, not as students, but as alumni. Congrats.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. That was very nice. All right, DP2 students, soon to be graduates. You can take your place in the front rows. Each year, the graduating class selects a faculty member, or in tonight's case, faculty members, to speak on behalf of the secondary team. These two educators have played a significant role in the students' journey through guidance, encouragement, and unwavering support. They've helped shape the class of 2025 in meaningful and lasting ways, and I'm sure they're going to do so tonight as well. They're a wonderful and well-deserved choice to represent the faculty this evening, so please help me in welcoming Mr. Matthews and Ms. Henchy to the podium.
About the same height. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2025, friends, families, and distinguished guests.
We are here tonight to celebrate the graduating class of 2025. This is a class fueled by big feelings, bigger questions, and a casual disregard for the school dress code. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, myself and Ms. Henchy would like to ask you to please bang your hands together for the class of 2025.
You know, I was a little surprised when the class asked us to do this together. After all, we're so different, and we each had our own ideas on how to approach the task. For instance, Mr. Matthews wanted to make a spreadsheet.
And Miss Henchy just wanted to talk about feelings and literature and metaphors that were no one sees coming, not even the author.
What we can both agree on is that there won't be any song and dance. This is a serious, this is a serious formal affair.
No silliness, no theatrics, definitely no lip syncing. This is serious.
We are professionals.
And dignified. Tonight is about dignity.
Altogether, this should take about 15 minutes, as long as I don't cry.
Okay, right, back to dignity. We do have some words to say about this extraordinary class.
And a few words to say to them as well, some of which may be loving.
Some of which might be sarcastic.
And some of which might involve lightly roasted character assessments disguised as superlatives.
Or, as the Cedar faculty like to call it, formative assessment feedback on ManageBack.
Whatever you call them, they come from a place of deep admiration, and yes, a few well-placed jokes at your expense.
Tonight is about you, the class of 2025.
A class of brilliance, resilience, and academic integrity.
Yes, the faculty shared with us many examples of this class's spirit, the determination, and the grit. Trademark, Mr. Pasco.
They are a class blessed with a touch of whatever it is that causes someone to turn in a draft at 11:59 p.m. with a file name like final underscore, all caps, no, seriously, this one, v3.pdf.
They are a class who organized a car wash. A car wash to raise money for the prom. And they locked a certain teacher's keys inside the car. Wait, it was my car? But nonetheless, let's reflect and say that mistakes can happen. C'est la vie. Although I did wonder whether or not they locked the keys inside the car because in their interpretation of the dress code, there just wasn't any pockets.
They're a class that can passionately argue about purple hibiscus, global economics, and whether or not water is wet.
That is a tricky one.
And yet they still managed to submit some of the best writing, give some of the most brilliant orals, and drop literary analysis so sharp it made me feel underprepared.
And that is saying something, because I came ready with a spreadsheet and to make lists.
Of course you did.
But this class were not just smart. They were passionate, they were chaotic, and they were weird.
They were so chaotic. They're the kind of class where half the students were quietly writing genius-level commentary on Parasite or Othello, and the other half were trying to convince me to take a Just Dance break for focus.
The faculty shared with us that they are and have been the kind of class who make us laugh, who make us proud, and actually make us better teachers.
And sometimes turned us into internet sleuths, trying to make sure they didn't get too much help from certain unnamed AI tools.
You know who you are.
And we know who you are.
And before we begin, we just ask the class of 2025 to remember all of the following is written out of love and data, organized data.
And feelings, mostly feelings. As we start handing out these superlatives, we thought we'd test how well you all know each other.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is awards time. Welcome to the Cedars. The categories are a little bit unhinged, and any winners tonight will walk away with absolutely nothing. We are going to give you all the title of a superlative. And the class of 2025 over there will sort of panickingly look at each other and try and guess who is going to get this award. You know, feel free in the audience to shout out if you think you know any of the winners. So without further ado, our first award.
Most likely to be daydreaming about fish and miss the metaphor entirely.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jack Morris.
He read tarpon and thought, wow, finally, representation.
Okay, next. Most iconic uniform adjustments whilst organizing 3 simultaneous fundraisers and a prom.
Sianda, of course. The teen CEO, always in business mode, often on the phone, rarely in dress code.
Who's next?
Actually, and I know this is going to shock you, I'd like to pause the roasting for just a moment.
Wow, an unexpected tangent from Miss Henchy. I am completely blindsided.
I know, but I just wanted to take a moment to reflect on what we've actually learned these past 2 years. Not the syllabus, the deeper stuff.
You mean like when you get kind of teary-eyed about metaphors?
Exactly. So first, let me establish my authority. I've been a teacher for 20 years. Yes, that's an appeal to credibility, ethos.
And I once did a wedding toast featuring 3 competing economic theories. That's logos.
Over these 2 years, we've explored stories, some real, some imagined, but all of them with something to teach us. From Purple Hibiscus to Othello, we learned that finding your voice, staying true to yourself, and asking better questions aren't just academic goals, they're life goals. These weren't just texts, they were blueprints for empathy, critical thinking, and courage. And yes, that was pathos.
All right, deep, really deep. My lesson is less Shakespeare, much more ESPN sports. Class of 2025, the lesson I'll share will either comfort you or confuse you. A little bit like most business management classes. I think everyone here has likely heard of Roger Federer, winner of 20 Grand Slam titles, 8 Wimbledon championships. Roger Federer set the world record for being at number 1. He was at number 1 for 5 consecutive years and 9 months. I have a question for everyone. Throughout Roger's career, what percentage of points do you think he won across all of those matches? Any guesses? Barnaby's whispering and thinking I can hear him. I appreciate that, Barnaby. I love the participation. I think he knows the answer. I think I mentioned it. You remember it, Barnaby, or no? Go ahead. Wow. Barnaby's graduating already. You want to join them? Are you good? Just stay. Okay. Barnaby is exactly right. Roger Federer, according to Roger Federer himself, won only 54% of all of the points he ever played his entire career. Stunning statistic for someone who'd won so much, so often. And I think the lesson here of 54% is that it's not about perfection, but it is about progress. And it's about making sure you face that next point with the same focus and the same self-belief.
And sometimes it's about being brave enough to try something new, especially when you're not sure how it'll go.
Like, say, dancing in public, on video, for students.
In the spirit of vulnerability, intergenerational understanding, and proving that your teachers do know what TikTok is, Sonia, please roll the footage.
That was courageous by our faculty. The dance was nice, so nice, in fact, we made you watch it twice.
Huge thanks to Maddie, Zara, and Cara for making it happen, and to every teacher who said yes, showed up, and gave it their all. Dancing isn't a part of our official job description, but modeling courage always has been.
Because learning and life means trying things that scare you, even if it means stepping way outside your comfort zone, and in the case of the faculty, way outside the rhythm.
If you're going to look a little silly, you might as well do it for a good cause and a great class.
Speaking of great, I know that Mrs. Eldridge is watching currently on Facebook Live. I don't know where the camera is for Facebook Live, but let's just wave to Miss Eldridge. She's watching the live. Oh, there's Miss Pierre-Louis at the back. Give Miss Pierre-Louis, let's pretend that's Miss Eldridge. Also speaking of great, one former Cedar teacher flew 36 hours just to see this class graduate tonight. That says everything about this class's impact. When someone like Miss Zori, I'm going to ask Miss Zori to stand up, please, and let everyone know where she is. Yeah, Miss Zori. When someone like Miss Zori crosses borders just to watch you lot cross the stage, that's not just support, class of 2025, that's love. Okay, hench, we need to focus. We've got more superlative awards to come. Back to the Cedars.
Okay, right, back to business. Well, our version of it.
Okay, let's start with most likely to win an academic argument using, and again, please shout out, Taylor Swift lyrics.
Yes, that's totally Martha. How about most likely to ace the exam after claiming they were so gonna fail?
That's a tough one, ladies and gentlemen, but it is our Cedar Award winner, Jade.
Okay, you've got it. What about most likely to treat AI like a collaborative study buddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pranav. Although I also had Pranav down for the most likely to ask for 9 packets of cookies on a flight award.
Next, we've got one close to my heart. Most likely to feel everything, challenge everything, and back up her argument with a peer-reviewed source.
That's correct. That's Jasmine.
Yes. Yes. How about most likely to assure you it's fine about something that's absolutely not fine?
They're getting everyone right, ladies and gentlemen. That is Johnny.
I will add that he did always come through in the end. His HL essay was great. Though, wait. He still never returned his copy of Norwegian Wood or Persepolis.
Johnny, you've got those 2 books with you tonight, right? You know you need to return them to get the diploma. Are you hoping to do a trade tonight? It is going to be fine. True award. Next, we've got most likely to undersell her work and then casually redefine the criterion B descriptors.
This is Ashley for me, all the way. So Ashley spent the last 2 years telling us that English isn't really her thing, all while handing in essays that read like they came from a PhD candidate.
Classic. Okay, now we've got most likely to surprise you with a sneak attack in a water fight or a dazzling insight in class.
Yes. I know firsthand that that's Danica. Now this next one is another favorite. Most likely to challenge sexism in online gaming or Shakespeare.
Is that Amber? That sounds exactly like Amber.
It is. Next up, most likely to flip the script and teach the teacher. Oh wait, oh no, you were supposed to say that line.
Yeah, that's all part of it. Don't.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Next up, most likely to flip the script and teach the teacher. I didn't know this one.
It's Michaela. She taught me how to turn myself into a banana.
Okay, I'm not going to ask.
Next, we've got most likely to submit a 99-page extended essay on economics.
Firstly, for the audience, typically the average size of an extended essay in economics is probably anywhere from, say, 30 to 40 pages. Kalia actually did submit a 99-page extended essay in economics.
Most likely to get dress coded and still score a 6, aka the shorts are short, but the analysis is deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are almost perfect scores here. That is Sky. Perfect. Next, we've got the Multitasker Award. Most likely to organize a conference, request a letter of recommendation, and a read-through of our IA draft, all in the same email and over break.
That's my Skylar, yeah.
Next, we've got most likely to keep it calm, keep it kind, and to absolutely nail the deeper meaning every time.
That's Anaya Papaya. Sweet smiles, but razor-sharp insights.
Next, we've got most soft-spoken, except when it comes to announcing who missed the Speedy's ferry that morning.
All right, that's Kaya for sure. You might not hear her say hi, but she'll tell you who's sick, who's late, and who needs a tissue.
All of you brought something to this class that none of the faculty will ever forget.
This is the part where we stop roasting and start getting sentimental. I made it so far.
What about me? I can pull it. Okay. You are truly a once-in-a-career class.
You challenged us, inspired us, and occasionally terrified us. But mostly, you reminded us why we do this work.
You've been principled and open-minded. These are IB attributes, but they are also true of you.
And if you remember nothing else from our classes, remember this: stories matter, your story matters. Keep writing it with intention.
And when you make big mistakes, for instance, deciding to wash all the staff cars on a Friday afternoon to raise money for your prom, and then accidentally locking the car keys of your business management teacher inside that car, and then his wife comes to ask him where are his car keys, and we find them inside of the car locked. The important thing, though, is that you didn't panic. Maybe more importantly, you didn't charge me anything for going to retrieve the keys. That's called great customer service or damage control. Either way, the class of 2025 does not do refunds.
Class of 2025, we love you. We will miss you more than you miss deadlines.
We respectfully demand that you go on to be excellent, chaotic, weird, and deeply principled global citizens.
And if you ever forget where you came from, we'll remind you.
Probably via spreadsheet.
Or a very emotional email.
Honestly, if we are ever stuck on a desert island, we hope that this class is there. They'll argue, analyze, and eventually turn the whole thing into a big group reflection.
With citations.
With voice.
With heart. And if there's one thing you've shown, it's this: stories matter, and yours is just getting started. So go write a good one.
Class of 2025, we love you. Go be brilliant.
I just made all this hair, knotted it good. I mean, Platt did it. Yeah, I did his hair too, looking fresh. Her hair, I brushed it.
Why is Jack looking so emo right now?
I want to tell Mom. No.
Should I hit it? Yeah, you want to see it? Really precious card with about.
This was like average.
That's Jay.
What was that? That's the Nico. Hi, Johnny.
Jasmine.
Is that a Johnny?
Bruh.
Guys, this is bad. Where you got all these sheen plastic bags from? She noticed.
I think that Jack is really funny and he lightens up the mood in class with all his jokes.
Nika is a very kind and sweet person. She's always in the back of the classroom when we're doing nothing, doing just dances and like bringing up the morale of the classroom. And in math, she's always offering for like helping others. Yeah.
Hey cuz, Sky, if I had to choose my favorite thing about you, it would be that you're very caring and you're very kind. No matter what happens, you've always been very loyal, so I love that about you and I hope that that never changes.
Martha, you have been my friend since ever since pre-K. I've known you for so long. One thing about you, just one of the nicest girls I know. Like, you're always down to support anyone, no matter what, and I love that for you. I'm really glad to have been your friend all these years, and I always feel like you've always been very supportive of me, and I've never felt any guidance by you, so that's my thing for the moment.
I think my favorite thing about a Johnny is he's kind of just super friendly and always there to talk to for like any reason in any class, whatever. He's always fun if you want to play a little game during class. I mean, not that we ever did that, but he's just one of those people who are just always super funny. Even if there were moments when he was crashing out.
Jade, you're a very kind and funny individual, but also firm, very serious. She doesn't take no nonsense. She's also very smart. She's helped me with a bunch of my school projects that we've done together along the way. Definitely would have been in some trouble without her. I'm very grateful to have her as a friend. So on behalf of everyone, I'd like to say thank you for being in our class and sticking with us through all this time at Cedar.
Hey Sanda, you are very focused, determined, and driven by your passions. I love the fact that you're able to stand up for yourself, you advocate for yourself, and you believe in yourself. And I want to say that I'm very proud of you for opening up your own business while you're in school. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
What can I say about Pinal? Though he may not always admit it, he's always looking out for us, no matter what, in any assignment, in any test coming up. He's always going to share his resources because he really helped us a lot, especially going into exams. And yeah.
Hi everyone. I truly appreciate our friendship. We had a lot of memories together, inside and outside our school.
hope that we continue to share these memories in the future. I truly appreciate our friendship, and I got nothing but love towards you. Thank you for being my friend.
Anaya is the sweetest person that you will ever meet. She is someone that you can rely on for procrastinating studying or helping you with math problems that nobody was actually paying attention to. Anaya somehow also managed to get the entire class addicted to a grocery store simulator. Anaya never fails to make sure that everyone gets fed during her birthday or when you're feeling a little peckish for some potatoes. I love you!
Amber is a very chill and naturally funny person. She has these abilities to make people around her feel very comfortable and like they can be them true selves. And she has these admirable qualities about her that make her such a great person and a friend.
What I love about Jasmine is that she cares so deeply about the causes that she believes in, that she's willing to fight to the death for it. But also at the same time, when you bring up good points about said topics and stuff and that might be different than her own, that she's willing to see the different sides and also change her perspective.
I admire that Ashley is overall a very kind person. She always made me feel very welcome when I first came to the class. She's really good at including people, and especially I love the way that she's always looking for positives in situations. Whenever we're being negative or we're down about something, she's always got a joke to share or something happy to say.
Dear Michaela, you've always made me laugh whenever we're together, whether it's during dance or class, and regardless on whether it's appropriate to laugh at that time. And your humor and your presence have meant a lot to me over the time that I've known you. It's something I always have and always will appreciate about you.
I'd say Khaled is a very nice and understanding person. Even though she does tend to be more on the quiet side, I'd say she does really help out a lot in our class, and she's just genuinely a really good person to have as a friend.
What I really admire about Skylar is the fact that she's driven, whether it's in schoolwork or whether it's helping the community, especially in Girl Love. In that note, I believe she has very good leadership qualities. She truly does inspire people to do better once again, whether it's in school or whether it's Girl Love. And I also admire the fact that she's organized, which is something I definitely need to get to.
Hola chicas y chicos, congratulations grade 12 on your graduation. I am so proud of you and I wish you the best of luck and a brilliant future. Adios.
Dear class of 2025, what to say about this class? Well, 7 years ago, a group of 6th graders landed in my Spanish class full of joy, laughter, jokes, and a bit of chaos. We went through a lot together, and I feel very blessed that I got to see you grow, not just as your Spanish teacher, but also as your homeroom teacher. Just one dance moments, salsa classes in where even Ajani and Pranao took part of. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making my journey as a teacher the best of all. I am extremely proud of each of you. You did such an amazing job. Congratulations, class of 2025. You did it. Los quiero mucho.
What a journey. Oh, a roller coaster journey of emotions. Well done to everybody. Well done on the video. That was absolutely fantastic. We got to start this back again with some music. I cannot speak after that, that's for sure. So we have our Cedar steel pans here again to play Ballet La Pena. La Pena? And Pan in A-flat minor, which is an adaptation arranged by DP2 student, soon-to-be graduate, Jade, based on Pan in A minor by Kitchener. Have fun.
Good evening. I just wanted to add, I just really wanted to give Jade some praise because she really worked hard on the second song we're going to play for you guys right now, but she organized the guys, all the students. She worked with them lunchtime, like all through, like I gave her like 2-3 months, but I didn't do much of anything. So what you're going to hear is completely her. So give her another round of applause. And you are going to be blown away by how amazing her song is. So the first song was done by me, it's okay. But her song, absolutely amazing, the second song. So please give another round of applause.
Cedar's Steel Pan Band one more time. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Stout. Magic, absolute magic. Thank you. You get to stage 8. DP students, soon to be graduates. Soon, please take your place back on the stage. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker for this evening. Someone who embodies a lifelong commitment to public service, culture, and community development here in the Virgin Islands. The Honorable Luce Hodge Smith is a proud Virgin Islander and currently serves as a Junior Minister for Culture and Tourism and 4th District Representative in the Virgin Islands House of Assembly. Before entering political office, Honorable Hodge Smith dedicated over 25 years to public service, most notably as a Deputy Managing Director at the BVI Airports Authority, and earlier as the territory's first Director of Culture. Her career has also included key roles in education and tourism, 2 pillars of our community life, serving both at the Department of Culture and the BVI Tourist Board. She holds a degree in Business Administration from the College of St. Elizabeth, an MBA from Wright State University, and most recently, she earned a 3rd degree in Political Science and Government from the University of Arizona. Proof that lifelong learning is not just a phrase, but a way of life. Beyond her professional life, Honorable Hodge Smith is deeply involved in civic and nonprofit work, a champion for youth, and a proud mother, grandmother, and wife. She's known for her warm heart, love of music, dancing, a green thumb, and an unwavering belief in the potential of others. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our 2025 commencement speaker, the Honorable Luce Hodge Smith.
Those are from me for the special students this evening. While they're being distributed, I'd like to say a pleasant good evening to everyone, recognizing Honorable Shari DeCastro, Minister for Education and Youth Affairs and Sports, Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Olambert Crabb, Principal Scott, esteemed faculty, proud parents, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. It's graduation season. It is now Cedar International School's turn. What a day this is. Just look at all of you, 16 bright, promising individuals ready to step out into the world. I'm sure, Principal Scott, your teachers and parents are saying, it was just yesterday you took your first step through the gates of Cedar International School. At that time, you may have been a little bit nervous, full of anticipation, but certainly had a lot of dreams. Thank you for helping me with the flowers. First, I want to take a moment to commend Cedar International School itself. This institution isn't just a building. It is a place where minds are molded, friendships are forged, and futures begin. The spirit of this school, its commitment to excellence, and its nurturing environment have truly shaped the young adults before us. This year marks the 35th anniversary of this institution. I was privileged to be invited to the anniversary celebration event. At this event, we learned about Cedar International School's humble beginnings, which started in an apartment, correct me if I'm wrong, then moved to a house along the Ridge Road, and then to what Cedar International School is today. Certainly the love, commitment, and determination of all who contributed to this institution's growth and development is evident. Congratulations, Cedar International School, once again on your 35th anniversary. Best wishes for 35 more years and beyond. Principal Scott, your leadership has been the steady hand guiding this school in recent years. Your dedication to the students, your vision for their education, and your unwavering commitment is creating a supportive learning environment and have been invaluable. I wish you the best wishes as you continue to strive for continued excellence for this institution. To the teachers, the unsung heroes of every school, thank you. Thank you for your passion, your patience, and for your profound belief in each student. You've done more than just teach subjects. You've inspired curiosity, fostered critical thinking, and instilled a love for learning that will remain with them for a long time after today. You've seen these students through triumphs and challenges, and you've always pushed them to reach their potential. Now, to the stars of today, the graduates. Let's have another round of applause for these incredible 16 students. I'm going to go off script for a while and speak from the heart, and you're wondering why I'm here, but they selected me to be their commencement speaker today, and I am still in awe as to why they selected me, and I'm really humbled. I did make 2 appearances at the school. I can't remember the year, but I remember one year we may have been celebrating International Women's Day, and as the president of Zonta International, or Zonta Tortola at that time, they asked me to come and make a presentation about what Zonta was all about. But my most memorable moment was when they organized a network, and this was an event that they organized in November 30th of 2024. But what was so amazing to me was their organizational skills. They pulled a cadre of inspiring local professionals, including myself, and they wanted to enjoy mentorship sessions, or they wanted us to include mentorship sessions and make connections to shape their future. But what amazed me was their organizational skills. They had meetings on Zoom. They created a WhatsApp chat so that we can communicate and get the information. On the day of the event, it was flawless. They had everything in place, and it was really a memorable time, and I want to extend again congratulations to all of them for that particular event. And that, I believe, is where our relationship started, and maybe that's why they have me here this evening as part of their commencement exercise. Now, as I said before, I am humbled to have them to select me as their commencement speaker this evening. And I'd like to say a thank you from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you, hence me giving you these roses today. You are well deserving of them. Students, you've worked incredibly hard to reach this milestone. Think about all the late night studying, the challenging exams, the projects that pushed your limits, and the moments of pure brilliance. Each of you has faced unique hurdles and overcome them with resilience and determination. Your achievements are truly something to be celebrated, hence why you are here today. Allow me to share a little bit more of what Principal Scott has started to share about why this class is so special. There are 16 of them, of course, and the demographics, and this is information shared with me by the school, it is a class with remarkable longevity. A full half of the class, 8 students, have been at Cedar since primary school, and 3 of those students have been here since pre-kindergarten. The others joined at various points along the way. It is a very diverse class with 6 nationalities represented among the 16 students, including the BVI, US, India, Canada, St. Vincent, and the UK. 6 of the graduates are Virgin Islanders. They are involved in Girl Up, Rotary Interact, Visor, sailing, swimming, volleyball, football, theater, dance, steel pan, and other artistic activities amongst other community-based activities. You heard that they were collectively received offers from so many universities from different parts of the world. But what Principal Scott didn't mention is that 13 of them received offers from UK universities and US universities, 10 universities. I don't want to go through all of them because we'll be here all night. European and Irish universities, 2. Canadian universities, about 1, and Asian universities, about 2 of those. Their extended majors of courses of study includes business, finance, law, international business, hospitality, engineering, and construction management. In my view, and I'm sure you will agree, they have a very, very bright future ahead of them. However, all these accolades and all these academic achievements that you have made, it's not just about the academic successes. You've also grown into remarkable young people. You've developed character, learned the value of teamwork, discovered your passions, and built lasting friendships. You've navigated the complexities of adolescence and emerged stronger, wiser, and ready for what's next. This graduation isn't just a completion, it's a testament to your perseverance and potential. Now here you are at a point of transition of a brand new chapter. The world beyond the walls of your school is vast and full of possibilities. Some of you will go on to university as mentioned above or before. Some might enter the workforce, and some may embrace adventures yet unknown. Whatever path you choose, remember that this is just the beginning of your journey of learning and growth. The key to continued success lies in 2 simple words: keep excelling. Don't ever settle for mediocrity. Continue to be curious and to challenge yourselves. The world needs your fresh perspectives, your innovative ideas, and your energy. Embrace new challenges. Learn from experiences, both the triumphs and the setbacks, and never stop striving to be the best version of yourselves. As you step into the world, you will encounter a diverse range of people and ideas. This is where your true character will shine. I urge you to carry with you the values that you have been nurtured at Cedar International School. Be considerate of others. Empathy is a powerful force. Take the time to understand different perspectives, to listen actively, and to treat everyone with respect and kindness. A simple act of consideration can make a world of difference. Embrace diversity. The beauty of our world lies in its variety of cultures, beliefs, backgrounds, and experiences. Seek to understand and appreciate these differences. Learn from them, grow from them, and celebrate them. True strength lies in unity forged from diversity. Advocate for peace, not war. In a world that sometimes feels increasingly divided, your generation has the power to build bridges, foster understanding, and champion peaceful solutions. Use your voices, your actions, and your influence to promote harmony and cooperation. Be the change you wish to see. Your generation has immense power to shape the future. You are inheriting a world of complex challenges, but also with incredible opportunities. Approach them with an open mind, a compassionate heart, and a determined spirit. As I conclude, I encourage you to look ahead with hope. Class of 2025, as you leave the familiar comfort of your school walls and halls, know that you are well prepared. You have the knowledge, the skills, and the character to make a significant impact. Be bold, be brave, and be true to yourselves. The future is yours. The future is yours to create. Go out there and make a mark, or make your mark. Dream big, work hard, and never lose sight of the positive influence you can have on the lives of others. Everyone, and I'm bold to say everyone in this auditorium believes in you. We are incredibly proud of you. Parents, I know we didn't say much about you, but I know that you are immensely proud of your children. From my viewpoint, where I'm standing here, I can see it in your faces. Continue to guide, protect, nurture, and love your children. Always pray for them. You also deserve special recognition today, so I'd ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations, graduates, class of 2025. Now go forth and shine. God bless you. God bless us all. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Hodge-Smith, for your inspiring words, sharing your time, your wisdom, and your warmth. And as a token of appreciation, we have a small gift to present to you on behalf of the Cedar community. So I'm going to come down there. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see, where are we? We have come to that point in the evening where once we are done, we'll forever refer to you as graduates of the class of 2025. They have worked hard, they've grown, they've made us proud, and they're now about to become Cedar alumni forever. Class of 2025, this is your moment. Mr. Crawford, I'm going to ask for your help. So Cedar community, let's give them a big heartfelt round of applause and cheer them as they receive their diplomas. So will the class of 2025 please rise so we can begin to award the well-earned Cedar International School diplomas. I will call out each student's name, and Mr. Crawford will hand out the diplomas. The diploma reads as follows. Cedar International School has conferred on student name a college preparatory high school diploma, together with all the rights, the privileges, and honors appertaining thereto, in consideration of the satisfactory completion of the course prescribed by the Board of Trustees. In witness thereof, the undersigned have affixed their names and the seal of Cedar International School on this day, the 26th of June, 2025. Please make some noise and help me in congratulating our first graduate, Ashley Brockbank. Sayanda Bruce Young. Sky Creaky DeBarrow. Johnny Donovan. Jade Farina. Amber Farina Martinez. Anaya Ganisan. Pranav Gadahaman. Jasmine Hall. Martha Kalori. Jack Morris. Skylar Potter. Kaya Ridgway. Kalia Sargent. Michaela Thomas. Danica Vanterpool. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. It is with great honor to announce the class of 2025 graduated. You may flip your tassels. Congratulations. You can have a seat. Now that the diplomas have been awarded and the graduates can officially breathe again, it's time to hear from two wonderful students who have truly earned the mic tonight. They've survived deadlines, the IAs, extended essay, dress codes, and yes, even TOK presentations. They've grown, led, laughed, sometimes cried. Okay, a lot of crying, but that's okay. That's just me. And tonight, they'll speak on behalf of their classmates, so please join me in welcoming the student representatives to the stage.
Good evening, graduates. Students, faculty, parents, distinguished guests, and loved ones. I first want to start this speech off by congratulating my fellow classmates. For 18 months, the 16 of us have put in hard work and dedication to lead us to this night. We have worked tirelessly for this achievement, and I know certainly all of us deserve it, and we should celebrate these accomplishments. And while tonight is about celebrating how far we've come, it's also a moment to reflect on the journey that brought us here.
It's strange how the 5,000 days I've spent as a Cedar student are now just memories. My time at Cedar began in pre-K, with the first day being one of the open days to see if I would like it. I was only supposed to be there for 2 hours. However, when my mom came to pick me up, instead of being ready to go home, I asked her, "Do you have my snack?" And the rest was history. Little did my parents know they were getting themselves into 14 years of tuition fees. I never in a million years thought that this day would be here, yet here I am, in front of you all. Not many international students have the privilege of growing up in one school their whole lives. Fortunately, I got to do it with multiple of my fellow graduates by my side. Looking at this group of faces, I've seen people I've grown up with as early as 3 years old, people I've grown close to, and those I've grown apart from. It is truly special knowing that there's truly special knowing that whatever life throws at us next, there will be special memories that resonate within Cedar's classrooms and with these people. We leave today not as the same people who walked in on our first day, but as a mosaic of every experience, every friendship and test, and every time we dared to try, fail, and try again. Therefore, with this in mind, I wanted to share 2 lessons we have learned from our time at Cedar that have shaped who we are today and shown us who we want to be tomorrow.
So I first joined Cedar in 5th grade. I was beyond nervous and very scared, to be honest. But as I stand here today, looking back, I can say with confidence that I wouldn't wish for anything else. One of the main reasons for that being is the people I've met and grown close to. If high school has taught me one lesson above all, it's this. Who you surround yourself with shapes who you become. They influence how you see the world, how you respond to challenges, and finding the right people can make life so much easier. My time at Cedar wouldn't have been the same, or even half as special, without the friends who encouraged me, made me laugh, challenged me, and even gave me a shoulder to cry on. It's really a cliche, but we have been through each other through thick and thin. These people have supported me in both big ways and small, like waking up at 5 a.m. on the day of our final English roll just to squeeze in a few more practices, or taking countless walks to the ocean by school just to clear our heads, or staying late after school on Fridays to unwind from a hectic week. And in bigger ways, like calming my anxiety when I was overwhelmed, or simply being there for me to listen when I needed to rage or rant. Those moments taught me so much. They taught me how to stay present, how to stay grounded, how to listen and care deeply. My friends have not only been there to support me, but also helped me constantly grow and be a better version of myself. But it wasn't just my friends. It was our teachers who believed in me when I wouldn't believe in myself, and always reminded me, oh, don't be afraid to speak up in class, even if you think you're wrong. Trust me, I've been reminded that of a lot in many of my end of semester reports. Not only have you been educators, you have been also role models to us. You held us accountable, you ensured we had the tools that we needed to excel. Additionally, a huge shout out to my mother and father, who have loved me unconditionally, been there for me every step of the way, given me the freedom to explore and supported and listen to me every time I came home saying, oh, I want to switch my class, or I want to switch my career path. Trust and believe, I have done that many times. I could not have done it without you guys. Even when I think about what made high school meaningful, it wasn't the grades or the awards, it was the people. These people have shaped who I am today, not by giving me answers, but by helping me figure out what matters to me most. And as I step into this next chapter of my life, I can know for sure that I will continue to surround myself with people who bring out the best in me, just like my classmates, teachers, and family have. And I encourage everyone to find the people that bring out the best in themselves as well.
Without the similar experiences that Anaya mentioned, I wouldn't have been able to learn, while yes, school is important, There's more to school than just our academic performance. There have been multiple times within high school that my anxiety got the best of me, and I inadvertently caused my classmates to stress with me. And for that, I'm so sorry. However, each time I was met with the sentiment that it'll get done and whatever happens, happens. With my type A personality, I could never understand how the people around me approach situations with such calmness and mental clarity. However, as my time in DP progressed, I started to understand Mrs. Eldridge's statement that DP is a game and I just have to play it to the best of my abilities. This shift in mindset not only improved my experience in DP, but also helped me to manage my anxiety more effectively in other aspects of my life, such as the big question, what do I do now? I find when we introduce ourselves, we are typically defined by our roles and titles rather than who we are. I'm a student, dancer, Girl Up co-president. But high school is only a momentary phase in our lives, with only making up 5% of it if we live to 70. So what happens when these titles fade away? We are left to ponder who we are without these labels. Being that humans are multifaceted, labels should not be pivotal to our identity. But as Henry Tajfel's social identity theory suggests, we often find comfort in group belonging. Still, true growth comes from going beyond these labels from embracing every unique, messy, and extraordinary part of ourselves. My mom's friend Joanne always tells her that I'm 50 and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And maybe that's the point. Maybe it's okay to not have it all figured out. We all have a variety of interests, talents, and experiences that shape who we are. So while, yes, my classmates are musicians, entrepreneurs, martial arts students, club leaders, and much, much more, they're also risk takers, open-minded, compassionate, and creative. With the unknown looming around the corner, the 16 of us have a bright future ahead, not just based on our achievements, but as the people we've grown to be over our 18 years of life. We have the potential to make a positive impact on the world and continue to grow and evolve as individuals. Of course, discovering who we are doesn't just happen in isolation. Behind every moment of growth, every challenge overcome, and every step we've taken towards becoming ourselves, there have been people guiding us, whether quietly or boldly. For me, that journey begins with my parents. Therefore, to my mom and dad, thank you for being my motivation, my reminder of what I'm capable of. Without your reassurance and guidance, I wouldn't have been able to complete the ideas I set my mind to. Dad, you tell me all the time that I don't need you anymore. But that's anything further from the truth. You two are the safe place I know I can always come back to, and I am forever grateful. And somehow, that feeling of safety and support has extended beyond just my home. Over the years, many of my classmates' parents have become like family too, treating me as one of their own, cheering me on, and giving me the strength when I needed it the most. Therefore, to all our families, thank you for being our anchors, for reassuring us when we were stressed. You stood by us through every step, lifting us up on the tough days and sharing our joy on the good ones. Your support means everything and means more than we could ever express. As we look back on our years at Cedar, we know that we didn't just do this alone. To our teachers, thank you for showing up, believing in us, and never letting your own challenges stand in the way of our growth. And to Ms. Zore, from 6th grade to now, you've been a constant. Though you no longer live in the BVI, your presence today reminds us of how much you still care. You've seen us at our best and our worst, and you still showed us grace, guidance, and love. Tu amor nunca nos falla. Gracias.
And before I continue, I want to give an immense special shout out to Jade for making such a sweet, amazing, and wholesome video. Make us both cry and laugh. Your talents are amazing, Jade, for sure. And now, a word to our classmates, both current and former. Thank you for sharing this journey with us. Whether we met in pre-K or became friends just last year, the bonds we formed are real. These moments, our shared stories, challenges, and victories will always be a part of us no matter where we go. We may not all be wearing green gowns, but we share in the pride of all we've accomplished. Our shared experiences will bind us. So as our minds start to jump ahead to the next chapter of our lives, I ask of you to pause and live in the now. because there are people who forget what it's like to be 16 when they turn 17, and all our memories will become stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs, and we'll all become someone's mom or dad. But right now, these moments are not stories. We're here celebrating them together before the next chapter of our lives. Whether it be locally or abroad, no matter where we end up, we will always be Cedar's class of 2025. And finally, as we conclude, we must take a moment to acknowledge that today is bittersweet. We were meant to be 17. Our classmate Kashonda, who we lost to cancer at just 13, isn't physically with us, but her presence is deeply, deeply felt. In a class as small as ours, when we were always excited to get a new student. When she arrived, we met her with a big smile. She showed us her bubbly personality and the kind person that she was, despite the immense challenges she had already faced, especially after joining us in the middle of the school year. Kishonda shared her love of all things beauty with us, often showing us her colorful nail sets, which reflected both her creativity and style. She also shared her passion for singing and dancing, gifts that reflected her vibrant personality. Kishonda was a beacon of strength, kindness, and light. Her resilience and compassion touched every one of us. She had a lot of faith through all she was going through. Therefore, in her memory and in honor of her life, she lived so fully. We ask you to join us in a brief moment of silence to remember her, to celebrate her, to carry forward the love she gave so freely. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2025. The wait is finally over, and we did it.
Thank you.
Remarkable graduates of Cedar International School, today marks a true milestone in your lives, and we're here to celebrate the culmination of all that hard work and dedication. And now you stand on the edge of a new chapter, as we've talked about tonight. But before we part ways, let us take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to those who have helped make this possible. A heartfelt thank you to Ms. Gujar, Mrs. O'Neill, Ms. Sonia, Chris, Miss Vanessa, who year after year worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring this all together. Let's give them a round of applause. The music department, thank you for your talent, energy, rhythm that you've added to this celebration tonight. To Mr. Crawford, thank you for supporting every one of us with your steady leadership. Thank you to, thank you. Thank you to our Board of Trustees for their vision and guidance. Of course, a special thank you to H. Lavity South Community College, Abreu, Ms. Ham, and their team. Thank you for generously allowing us to use this wonderful venue. Graduates, none of this would be possible without the people standing behind you every step of the way. To your teachers who've challenged, nurtured, and inspired you, can we all, well, first of all, can we ask all the Cedar teachers in the audience to stand, please? I see you. Come on, miss, come on. We see you. There we go. Let's give them a huge round of applause because they're what it's all about. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, staff. To your families, the biggest supporters, your loudest cheerleaders, your safe place to land, thank you. To your parents, your unwavering belief in these graduates has brought them here tonight, so we're very grateful to you all. Come on, parents. Graduates, embrace your passions, chase your dreams, and never settle for less. And above all, be kind. Always lead with kindness. You can never go wrong when you do. Congratulations to the class of 2025. May you always recognize the excellence within you. Thank you all. Signing off, good night, be safe, and graduates, stay on the stage. Thank you, everybody. You can come take photos. We're going to take some class photos, so feel free, parents, to rush the stage. Have a lovely evening and be safe.